So prior to the training, what were your thoughts about it?
Prior to my training, what were my thoughts about the program?
Yeah.
Well, I was very interested because, I had done a number of the Lightbody activations with you, and I never really understood what they were, but I always felt such a clear soul calling to do them. And one of the big draws for me to learn more about the program is I remember at one point thinking if I should do another session with you. And I remember looking at my calendar and seeing that every time I had a light body activation, I had a significant shift in my life that following week to a month, 1 to 4 weeks afterwards. And so that really drew my attention to, this is something really significant to explore.
Okay. And how was it attending the training, experiencing it over the past 2 years?
Oh my goodness, what do I even say here? Yeah, it was the most accelerated transformation period of my life, and it was intense, and it was a lot, and I'm really grateful to have gone through it because now it's put together a foundation for the rest of my life, internally, externally, professionally, personally. So it was really tense, really exciting, really insightful, and I'm glad I did it.
And how do you feel now? We're about a couple of months, 6 weeks since we actually completed the training.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I can feel the mastery coming into my life, because we've all, before this, I couldn't hear energy, I couldn't see energy, and I don't even know if I believe that was possible. If I truly asked myself, I'd thought it was cool and heard people could do it, but I'd never experienced it. I'd never someone who grew up with that. So just with the amount of stuff that we've learned and the layers of knowledge that we've grown into, and then also having that direct awakenings in our body, emerging from this, I really feel the mastery, that we really have something that's very special, very unique, and that makes a lot of difference with people. And it's a depth of knowledge, and it's a type of knowledge that just isn't out there very much, so it's a really interesting position to have gone through this and then now be able to help people through the things that we went through at a very accelerated rate, which was intense, but I would have never had it anyways difference, because if we're going to go through it, we might as well kick up the speed and go through it quicker than later.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sebastian. Okay. Can you try and unmute Amanda? Yeah. So Amanda, what was it like before you came on the Lightbody course? What happened to you in the lead up?
Well, in the lead up, I guess my soul or spirit activated what we now know as a soul rotation, so that I could manage and I could handle the work. And also, I think with the soul rotation came the complete memory of having done Lightbody before. I think that's the part of me that was carrying the memory. So I was going through a lot of changes in the lead up to it. And having said that, I don't know if I felt as much as some people might feel in terms of having the Lightbody done to me. I just went through the Lightbody quite easily. It's really quite great for me, but what it triggered was the soul rotation that got me ready to learn, to retain the information, and also to remember what I needed to remember. So that was what was happening for me beforehand.
How about during the past 2 years? How have you found the overall experience?
I've absolutely loved it. It's been like home to me. Coming together, with what I call my soul family, learning, and just knowing that we'd all been together before. So we were all there supporting each other and working with each other and growing together. Learning such, what they say, cutting edge or on the edge, the leading edge of such, I don't know what the word is for it, but gosh, I've just spun out. What was your question again?
What was the overall experience of the past 2 years like?
Right, so the overall experience,
on the course.
So there you go. So the overall experience was I grew, I shrunk, I grew, I shrunk, I grew, I shrunk, I spread out, I flew, I did all these different types of things. The course made me very, is the word malleable, whereby I was changing and stretching and growing and expanding. I think that's what the course did for me, and activated some truly wonderful gifts that I'm really excited to bring to the planet at this point in time. The course fulfilled my purpose. It was the tool that I needed in order to do the work that I've come to do, which is to activate and awaken people in order to make the shift.
Okay.
And that was what I needed.
Thank you. How, looking back now, because we've finished for a couple of months, how do you see the course now in yourself?
Well, for me, the 2 years went very fast. I wish I had another year. I'm still growing with it. I'm still diving deep. And I realized, I think I finally had an aha moment where I realized that I'm actually a Lotus Lightbody surgeon, and that's what I do. And I mean, like, just to maybe put another emphasis on that, one of my case histories who I worked with the other day, when she was finished, she said she actually felt drained. She felt like she'd actually had surgery. And I was like, wow, okay. You know, so that was pretty amazing. So I don't know. I don't think I will ever experience anything like this again, of course. And just the whole energy that went with it.
Okay, thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, and everybody. Thank you.
Sharon, just unmute yourself.
Hello.
Okay, so what were your thoughts about the course before you started 2 years ago?
Before I started, when I saw the light body work, I was just drawn. I just knew that I had to do the light body work. I didn't know why, but when you said I had to complete all the light body, done to me, I was happy to do that. Even though I didn't understand what was happening, I just knew that I had to complete it so that I can attend the course, because I was just drawn to light body.
And how was the 2 years of the training itself overall?
The training itself was kind of magical, intense, and I grew a lot, and I learned to trust myself a lot more than I would have before. And it showed me that in working with my case studies as well and my clients, I can see how they are changing and how they are moving forward. So it's quite powerful work. Powerful work, and shifting people and helping them to align with their soul purpose. And that's what I like about doing the work, because I can, each time I work with them and they come back to me with positive feedback, it's just like, wow, it actually works.
Yeah.
And I can see the change in them and in me as well. So it feels really good.
And how is it now, looking back a few months after the completion of the 2 year training?
Now it's it's going from strength to strength, because I've got 2 clients now that are really keen. They're going to refer more people to me as well. So it's just like, wow, you know, it's actually happening and I'm actually doing it. So it's, yeah, it's really good.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Jenny, you have to unmute.
Mute. Sorry. Oh, you unmuted me. Yeah.
So how was it? How was it before you came to the training? What were your thoughts and feelings about a bit over 2 years ago?
I knew when I met you in 2010, Nicolas, I knew I would do the Lightbody training. So for me, it was more just like, when is it going to fit into my life? Amira ran it, I think, the year before you, and Johan, my boy, was a baby, so it wasn't the right time for me anyway. And I wanted to do it with you, because I have such a strong connection with you. So that was like a natural thing. And when it came out, it was like, yeah. I remember actually when the course was like enrollable, if you like. Craig and I had this really difficult time with his exit through his business at the time, and I was like flagging a little bit, like, oh, should I do it, or, you know, can I afford it, and everything like that. But actually, it was like, no, I'm just gonna do it. It was no time to wait. I can't wait another, because there'd be another 2 years if I had to wait for your next course. So for me, it was like, no, just head in first, just dive in, do it. Knowing for 7 years or 6 years that I should do it.
I hadn't realised it was that long.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I knew. I mean, this is like, you know, guys, you watching here, like Nicolas came to me for a massage, and when he booked his appointment, I went to his website, because when you get an email from somebody, obviously you can probably sort of like detect their website or something. So I went to his website and I looked at all the stuff, all of it before he came. And I said to Craig, I said, I can't believe this guy is having a massage with me. Why? You know, I can't give him anything. He knows everything already. How can I give him a massage of, like, you know, value? And he came and he went, oh, I said, oh, I've read your website. And he went, what do you think of it? I said, I loved everything. And he said, what did you read? I said, I read everything. Oh, wow, everything. I said, yeah.
It takes a while.
It took me a long time. I pretty much read everything. And then he said, what would you like to do? I said, I want a soul contract reading. And then we did the soul contract reading, and that was like the new start of my new life, being in reincarnation in the same body as well, which we realized later. But back to Lightbody stuff. Yeah, so when I read about Lightbody, it was like, whoa, it was well out there, but I was like, no, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I looked at all the courses. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do all this. So obviously, when the course started, it was a natural step for me.
So how has it been for the 2 years actually being on the course?
Very aligning. It's gone sort of like Johan was my baby boy. So let's think now. We started in 2015, didn't we? Yeah.
16.
Yeah. So he was only a year. My baby. Sorry, I'm sorry to relate to my children, but it's like when you have a small child, it's like really, it's quite significant. So he was only a year, and I felt like I just had enough space and time to do the course. The 2 years has been hugely transformative for me on a personal level, as in what I can do for my clients, and also on a personal level, with myself and Craig and the children. And this is what always is quite amazing, because anytime I have a session with somebody else about something, I explain what I do with my children with this work, like, you know, soul contract, Lightbody, divine healing, and the amount of effort I put into raising my children correctly. It's like quite amazing to some people, and how well they turn out. So to me, the Lightbody has really enhanced my family well-being, dynamic, the love between us, the love between me and Craig, everything really. And the last thing that I heard from Frankie was, do you know, Mummy, I've got powers. She said, I've got powers, Mummy, I've got magic. I can make things happen. And I'm like, go on, tell me then. And she told me about stuff, you know, turning people's, shifting people's emotions and turning lights on and off and making things happen, like easy things, you would say, like that Dynamo would do, the magician. And she's doing it. And I'm like, oh, okay, wow. She knew, didn't she, to come into my lineage, and she's going to be doing her own work. And I said, so I coach her through her magic powers that she has, and that's really quite amazing. You know, it's like she's watching fairy and magic films, but actually we're in one.
Yeah, well, this is magic that we do with Lightbody.
Yeah, we're in one.
Yeah, real stuff.
I'm just teaching her and helping her how she can be to the best, not use, but like, you know, service to the world in her own way.
Yeah.
So it's really quite amazing. And everything she says, I know she's not lying to me. She said, last week, Mummy, when I was in assembly, there was angels sitting on each side of the stage, watching us. I don't know if anyone else saw them, but I did. So I was like, that's fine. That's really cool. You know, you see the angels. That's good. Mummy don't see the angels, so you really qualified, okay? Yeah.
So
Honestly, it's like, wow.
So looking back now at the end of the course, a few months after the end,
yeah.
How do you see things now from the overall experience?
Do you know, Nicolas, it feels that I am a light worker of the world, because I have these visions where I take massive crowds to the next level. Like on stage, I'm everywhere, like taking these people to their next level so they can do their work and spread the light. And it comes to me, it's like flashes of these events. Like Nora and I work together, and she's like, oh my God, it's another flash, Jenny. I'm getting it, like another flash of you doing this. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't mean to post it on you. And it does feel like I have this, like these lasers in my hands, and I'm just lasering the world with it to take them to the next step. So, I mean, I don't know how powerful that is, but you know, that's what I see.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Couldn't get any better. That's the best result of this course.
Yeah.
You know, so even if that's not somebody else's experience, that's also okay. But that is my experience. So, yeah.
Thank you.